So are you hungry all the time during your pregnancy? Do you feel like you eat a meal because you're like famished and like a few minutes later after you're done eating, you're hungry again? Or maybe you feel like you crave carbs all the time, or you crave sweets all the time, or you're super hungry all the time, but nothing sounds appetizing. Like you just kind of are hungry, but everything grosses you out, and you're afraid or concerned that you may pile on too many pounds if you continue to eat this way. I want to talk to you about this today because I have a feeling that the reason you are craving sweets, craving carbs, the reason why you are eating and then hungry again is for a very particular reason. And if you fix that, you will find that you will not feel hungry all the time and that you won't be craving carbs and sweets as much as you are right now. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, but before I just want to introduce myself just in case we haven't met yet. So I am Michelle Marie. I am the creator of the Fit Mom to Be Pregnancy Workout Program and the MMF Pregnancy Nutrition Meal Plan. I have been working with women in the fitness and health industry for about 20 years, of which the last 10 years I've just dedicated myself to working with pregnancy and postpartum moms. I have 2 kids of my own, and I'm really all about balance. Like, I love to exercise and I love to eat healthy, but I'm a foodie, so I love to eat, and I don't ever like to feel deprived. And I'm a busy mom. I have a business, I have 2 kids, they're in tons of after-school activities, so my life doesn't revolve around exercise. So that's a little bit about me, but let's get right back to it because I want to respect your time. So the other day I posted in one of my programs, my Fit Mom to Be, we have a private Facebook community, and I asked them, what are your main struggles? And it was surprising. I couldn't believe it was like 80% of the comments of the struggles that women are having, and you're probably having, is struggling with feeling hungry all the time, like uncontrollably, and craving carbs. So here's what I think is happening to you, okay? So in an attempt to want to have a healthy pregnancy, in an attempt to not want to pile on too many pounds, a lot of women try not to eat a lot. And that is a huge mistake, especially when you're pregnant. So if you wake up and you try and wait as long as you can till you eat breakfast, you're already going to start on the wrong foot because you're going to be playing catch up all day long. Now, this is so when you're not pregnant, and even more so when you're pregnant. So I understand that you may wake up feeling nauseous or with morning sickness and you don't want to eat. But if you don't eat, you're going to continue to be on this vicious cycle, because one of the main reasons you're waking up with nausea or with morning sickness is one of the biggest reasons is because during the night, it's the longest stretch that your body goes through without eating. And your body is working so hard, you guys, when you're pregnant. I said this the other day, your body is working 4,000 times more than a non-pregnant woman rock climbing. So, and when you're sleeping, you're resting, that's when your body is also working. So you're burning calories while you're sleeping because your body is still building that support system for that baby. So I helped myself during my second pregnancy completely get rid of morning sickness, and I've helped thousands of women be able to do this with this one simple tip. You ready for this? It's so easy. So since during the night is the longer, like sometimes people go like 6, 8, 9 hours without eating because say you eat dinner at 6, 7 o'clock and now you wake up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. That's like 10 hours without eating. So what I would do is I would cook every week I would make a batch of something. Like I have tons of recipes on my website, on my blog. So I would do like oatmeal pancakes or protein oatmeal muffins, and I would make a batch of those on the weekend when I had more time. And then so I would take like a little pancake like this and I would cut it in 4, like a pizza. And I would leave it at room temperature on a plate right off my night table. So when you're pregnant, you go to the bathroom a lot, right? You gotta pee a lot. So every time I would get up, which was like at least 3 times a night, I would just take a few, like I would just grab it like with my eyes closed, and I would take a few bites as I walked to the bathroom and a few bites as I walked back. And what started happening, because I could not deal with feeling sick all day, and it was messing with my workouts because I was not able to work out because I felt so crappy. So I was like, I started doing all this research, and I knew that that was like a huge part of it. So can I tell you that I started waking up feeling fine? Because what happens is when you wake up, what you need to do when you wake up feeling sick is eat. You'll feel so much better, but you feel so sick like you're going to throw up that you can't eat. And so you don't eat. And then you just start feeling more and more sick as the day goes by. It's like a vicious cycle. So please do me that favor. If you're feeling sick, waking up feeling sick, make one of these healthy little snacks, put it at your night table, and munch on it throughout the night every time you get up. You're not eating like a full meal. Like I would have like half of a pancake, and I would just probably take like 4 or 5 bites during the middle of the night, like throughout the night, but I would wake up feeling fine. And then you wake up with like enough energy, you don't feel terrible, and you can eat a good breakfast, and then you're good. Okay, so that's one great way to get rid of feeling sick in the morning. Okay, now you have to eat as soon as you wake up, because if not, like I said, you're going to be playing catch up all day. So say I missed breakfast. This is what happens. You wake up, you haven't eaten in 8 hours, say, wake up, you don't eat. You wait till, say you wake up at 7 o'clock. Now it's 10 o'clock and you're starting to eat. Well, now you haven't eaten in, 11 hours. So now you're way hungrier than you were. So say you would normally eat 1 toast and 2 eggs. Well, now at 10 o'clock in the morning, 1 toast and 2 eggs is not enough. You want to eat even more because you're trying to play catch up from the 3 extra hours that you added on top of the 8 while you were fasting at night. And so now you're not hungry. So say now you eat that, but you force yourself. You're like, but I don't want to eat anymore because I want to be good and I want to be healthy. So you don't eat. You just eat that, and now 30 minutes later you're starving again. But you're like, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to wait a little bit. And now you're like are able to make it through till lunchtime, and you're starving. And so if you would normally eat like a salad or a little piece of chicken, that's not enough because you're still playing catch up from the whole day. And so you're starving all day because your body's playing catch up. You can't do that. You cannot. I always tell my pregnant clients and my non-pregnant clients, the worst thing you could do is let yourself get hungry. When you are hungry, that means your blood sugar is low, okay? When you're, just remember this, if you feel hungry, you're already in a hole. You're already in a bad place, okay? Because when you're hungry, your blood sugar is low. That's what's happening physiologically in your body. When you have low blood sugar, your body, it's not that you're craving carbs. It's not that you're craving sugar. It's that your body physiologically on the inside is like going through like emergency mode, okay? And it's screaming, sugar, 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 sugar. It's like there's no homeostasis in the body. Your body's out of whack when you have low blood sugar. And so it's going sugar, 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 so that it can like come back to life because it's like dying, it's like in a state of shock. So it's really hard to have willpower and not want sugar because that's what your body is asking you for. So you've got to do everything you can to not allow yourself to get hungry, because when you get hungry, it's the first indication that you have low blood sugar, okay? How you prevent having low blood sugar? You eat every 2 hours. Every 2 hours something, so that you're never starving, so that you never have low blood sugar, so that you don't have cravings. I can't tell you how many thousands of women I have helped by just that, and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have cravings anymore. It's so simple, but it's just about how the body works. But when you understand it better, like why physiologically you're feeling these cravings, why physiologically you're so hungry, and there's a reason for it, and there's a solution for it, then you can apply it, and you will feel so much better. You will see a difference in your cravings. Now, the other thing that happens is you eat, and then you're hungry again very shortly after. And one of the reasons why that happens, aside from the fact that you're playing catch up if you didn't eat on time all the other, throughout the rest of the day, another thing that happens is you don't eat enough at every meal. And I understand, because 10 years working strictly with pregnant women and postpartum moms, I know that there's a huge concern for the piling on of the pounds and losing the body and getting the body back. So a lot of times you have the right intentions. So You don't want to overeat. You don't want to eat too much. But what happens is you end up eating even more later. So say you're like, okay, I'm just going to eat a little salad because I want to be healthy, because I ate bad yesterday or whatever. But what happens is later on, then you're starving because you didn't eat enough for the first meal, and then you might end up binging at that meal, or eating like a second serving, or eating snacks right after that meal because it wasn't enough because you're playing catch up. So do me a favor and eat enough. I don't want you to pig out. I don't want you to stuff yourself. I just want you to eat enough at every meal. So in every meal you should have a lean protein, so that it would be eggs, that would be chicken, turkey, fish, tuna, lean steak, even like say cottage cheese, with a starchy carb, a healthy starchy carb like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, any kind of bean, quinoa, brown rice, jasmine rice. Like there's tons of healthy carbs. Some vegetables, okay, and a healthy fat. Try to add a healthy fat at least two meals out of the day. So healthy fat would be like half of an avocado. It would be adding some oil, olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil to like your veggies or your salad. It would be nuts. So you could add nuts to your salad, or if you're having like quinoa with like chicken and stuff, you add some walnuts in there, add some pine nuts, or add some almonds in there, some cashews. It adds a crunch. It's yummy. It helps you fill. So fats, you guys, are really great to have when you're pregnant because they fill you up, okay? I would love to have as a snack when I was pregnant with I think it was my second. Actually, I did it with both, but I remember much more with my second, with Annabelle. I would have as a snack half of an avocado. I would slice it, put it on a plate with like 2 slices of tomato, a little bit of onion, and I would just put a little bit of salt and pepper and drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it. And sometimes I would put some hearts of palm in there. It was so yummy. So I didn't have much protein in that meal, but it was really filling, and it just holds you over till the next meal so that you're not hungry. But fat is very filling. It will give you a feeling of satiety, and it's good for you. It's good for brain function. You've got to have fat in your diet. Healthy fat, though. So every meal, again, a lean protein, a healthy starchy carb, some vegetables, and some healthy fats. And if you do most of those in every meal, like every 2 to 3 hours, you are not going to feel incredibly hungry. You are not going to feel out of control hungry. You are not going to have as many cravings, or if at all, for carbs or sweets, because you're not going to end up having low blood sugar. You'll have a stable sugar level throughout the day, which means that you'll have stable energy throughout the day. You won't have cravings, and you'll be able to eat a lot healthier. And you'll have a better chance of piling on less pounds that way, because you'll be able to eat healthier more consistently throughout the day and more days. So I just want to encourage you to do so. I know the worst part of this is the planning, because say if you're still working, you've got to plan ahead. So you can't leave the house in the morning like, all right, have your breakfast and figure it out the rest of the day, because you've got to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Because remember, I don't want you to let yourself get hungry. So you're gonna have to think. So maybe you had breakfast at home and you leave with an apple and almond butter in 2 hours, and then you could take some leftovers from dinner for your lunch, but you could pack it up and take it with you just in case you're out and about. You have something to eat, and then maybe you take egg and avocado salad for a snack later on in the afternoon, and then maybe you take another fruit with some almonds, or bowl of edamame with salad. Take stuff with you. Okay, I have so many recipes in my I don't know if you have my MMF pregnancy nutrition meal plan, but there's so many yummy recipes in there for like pancakes and cookies and muffins. And so what I would do, because I'm busy just like you, I have a full-blown business. I still have clients that I train, and I have 2 kids that are super busy. And what I do is I just, on the weekend, during the week, there's like 0 chance of me doing this, but during the weekend when I have a little more time, I will make like a batch of like 4 or 5 pancakes, a dozen muffins, and 16 little cookies, oatmeal cookies, and I leave those in the fridge. And so whenever I need to go, I just grab, they're ready. Just put them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in your bag. That's it. Put them in your purse. You can do this. It takes a little bit of planning. It takes a little bit of thinking. It takes a little bit of preparing. But in the end, it will be worth it because you will not feel like you're craving carbs all the time. You won't feel like you're craving bad food all the time. You won't feel incredibly famished and hungry that it's like you want to like kill someone because you're so hungry. And you will be able to, you won't feel so nauseous, and you will feel so much better throughout the whole day, and you'll be able to eat healthier, which is the point, right? So that you don't pile on a lot of pounds. You're able to have a healthy and fit pregnancy, which will enable you to be able to lose your baby weight so much faster. So there you go. All the reasons why you need to make sure you eat on time, don't let yourself get hungry, and say bye-bye to craving carbs. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if you're like, okay, Michelle, that all sounds good, but like I don't have like the time or the energy or the desire to like figure out what to eat. So that's why I created my pregnancy meal plan, because I know that you're tired, I know that you're stressed, I know that you're busy, and I know that you don't feel like going around on Pinterest and Facebook and finding all these different recipes and making sure they're safe for the baby and that you'll like them. So I did all the work for you. I put it all together in a meal plan. It's super easy to follow. All the recipes are delicious. They're super filling and comforting. They're all the nutrients your baby needs, and it takes the thinking out and all the extra work for you so that you could just have like a structure and a plan to follow that you know is safe for you and the baby. So I will go ahead and post that link in the comments so that if you feel like that's something that you think would benefit you and help you be able to have a healthier and a more fit pregnancy and just be able to feel more better and more energized and not feel like you're craving food and starving all the time, then you can go ahead and use that, because it's ridiculously cheap and so worth it. So I will put it in there, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.